Hey, how's it going, guys? Paris21 here, back with a product opening for you all. So I'm very excited to open up my Nightrose Stride deck set that was newly released for English, finally. It's definitely one of the most anticipated deck sets to come out, because it's definitely been a little while. So we have Nightrose and the Harry deck set, but Nightrose was my choice. In fact, in my time playing Vanguard, I never actually got a chance during G-Stride format to play Nightrose. So this is a great opportunity for me to finally, get a chance to play her in this format. But yeah, I got the basic box here. I don't have the premium version of this, because there is a premium version which does come with a nice premium deck box and some other additional accessories at a much higher price. I think it's like about 120 US dollars. This one right here costed me about $60+ or so. Definitely big shout out to JP's Curtain Call. There'll be a link in the description to their website, but I definitely use them a lot to purchase a lot of singles, for a lot of my decks. And I actually was able to get a deck code going. So I guess you could say this is a sponsorship or a promotion. I don't know. But feel free to put in my deck code that I have in the description on their website for 5% off singles and such. And but yeah, definitely big shout outs to them. Just having a really good deal, great prices on their website, and very excited to go ahead and pop this open for you guys. So got my trusty knife here, and we're gonna pop this right open here. Be very careful not to scratch the product. It's actually my first time doing, like, I guess, well, I've done a booster box opening, but not like a product opening, so this is pretty new for me. Get all the fun eco plastic off, and we're gonna take the strap right off this. So it's like a little strap here. But yeah, it's a really cool strap here. I might actually hold on to this, but here to kind of like seal the box, I guess. So yeah, it's so Nightrose, if you don't know, it's a Stoicheia deck. It's a Stoicheia Nation deck. It does come with a fully pre-constructed deck, ready to play out the box. The short storage box, which you see right here. This would be really good to house like extra cards and such that I like to keep around. One pack of card sleeves, that's pretty cool. A fighter's coin and an energy counter. So just very basic stuff. The premium set does come with more like premium accessories, like a nice deck box and such. But this is perfectly fine, and I actually like that they have the card list right here on the back, but we're gonna go through that one by one. So let's open this bad boy or bad girl up, and wow, there we go, and here we are. We have the Nightrose here in all its glory, perfectly wrapped, and we have the sleeves here. I really like the sleeves, looks really nice. Now, I'm not really one to use character sleeves necessarily, so I don't necessarily plan on using these to sleeve the main deck, but I most likely will use it to sleeve the Stride deck. But yeah, very, very nice sleeves. Full pack of sleeves. Then, of course, the basic like counters. Just paper. I wish there was a little bit more premium to it, like similar to how the Chrono Jet deck was. But nonetheless, I guess it's okay that there's something in here. I actually would like to see like those counter blocks that would be, I feel like those counter blocks would be really good additions to these deck sets. Just give it a little bit more premium feel. And pop that open. Styrofoam, and yeah, nothing else. These are just kind of fillers, but yeah, the box itself is nice though. Really like this box. It's gonna be really good to store 2 decks, I'd say, with their boxes, maybe 2.5 or so. But this is gonna definitely be good for very useful storage for a lot of spare cards I keep lying around, because although I don't like to keep a lot of like cards, loose cards, in bulk necessarily, it's just good to have a box like this just in case I do, just to kind of put them to the side. So we have the sleeves there. Let's get to the actual star here, the actual deck. So it's nice in a plastic here. If I can open this thing, where is it? Oh my gosh, wait, what? How do I open this? Oh my god. Product fail. Trying to open something here. Okay. I'm really bad. Okay, oh, okay, I see it's long ways. All right. Okay, so as I said, it's a fully constructed deck, so it's ready to play right out the box. I do have some cards that I had ready to upgrade this deck, so I'll definitely show you briefly what I plan to do. So let's look at it. So of course we have Nightrose herself. Really like the art on this one, looks really nice. So she's going to be there for the ride deck. So of course we begin with the ride deck. I know with the premium version there is a much better like rarity. You get like a nice rarity bump for these, for the ride deck especially. So that could be something to consider. But I think this still looks really good. You know, nonetheless, just, you know, the standard sparkly like pattern, you know, for it. But I think it looks nice. I definitely gotta say, like, I love the color like blue and green. Although it's not like my favorite colors, I think when it comes to like this more like sparkling rarity pattern, I think it looks really nice. Shines really nicely. But yeah, so she's gonna be your ride for the ride deck. Nightrose herself. Then Columbard. Definitely remember playing him back when I played 7Cs way back then in G format. So he's gonna be there, grade 2. And then I think this is and this is gonna be like the money card of the deck. Especially for those that wish to play premium format, you definitely would want to have 4 of these in your deck because there's no ride deck in premium. So I definitely anticipate, I know like a few guys that I know who play premium actually bought 4 of these decks just so that they can acquire 4 of these in total. So very important card, because this allows you to get your special crest for the deck. And of course, you know, the standard starter. Energy generator, I will say this, any chance I can get, I think these should be handed out like candy, because I think something so essential should not be like exclusive to only like sealed product. I think energy generator should be readily available for people just so they have the minimum requirements that, you know, to play the game. At least on the local level, it doesn't really matter, but like when you're talking about regionals and such, I think that's just important to make sure players have. So let's actually organize it like this, I guess. Similar to like a deck profile. It's not really a deck profile, it's more of like a product review. Okay, so inside we have, of course, you know, the main deck itself, 3 more copies of Nightrose. You still definitely need that so that you can Persona Stride, I think that's what you call it. For her specialty stride. They're just basic like common rarity. It'd be nice if these were like had the triple R rarity, but hey, good enough. They still function the same way. You know, when it comes to rarity, like obviously it's always gonna be a novelty. It's gonna be a luxury thing, because in the end, all the cards play the same. As long as the text says so, you know, they function the same way. You have the Columbards here. I don't anticipate, you know, playing additional Columbards in the deck necessarily, I don't think. But, you know, we'll see with testing. And one Nightstorm. I like that one Nightstorm is, you know, sparkly, because I do plan on playing 1 in my deck. Negro Lazy. Definitely one of the essential cards in the deck. Again, only one with the higher rarity. I wish they were all the same, but I guess you gotta buy 3 more deck sets if you want the rarity bump. But for those, the 4 Marauding Shades. Fantastic card here. Cam the Ghosty. I'm not sure if this is gonna be a staple card in like any upgraded builds, but I think it's still a very solid card just to use out of the box. Just nice ways to dig through your deck, get some additional power. Tommy the Ghosty Brothers, just grade 3 searcher for your Nightrose. So nice way to filter and just get grade 3s, Nightrose particularly, to your hand. Negro Bone, definitely a big card that I will be playing. Not sure if I want to play all 4 or just 3. Again, there'll be some testing for that, but definitely fantastic card. So I think he's definitely a must to stay in the deck if you're going to make any changes. Then, of course, you know, Perfect Guards, Water Spout de Jin. It's actually a really cool art this time around. Then, of course, you have your OT. Arguably, I think this is the best Nation OT. You could argue Brantgate, but comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you think Blessed Favor is the best like Nation-based OT that's not Elemental. And then, of course, you have your standard triggers. You know, I know this is definitely the cheapest, you know, version of the deck set, but it would still be nice if we had like a hollow version of, you know, some of the base triggers. But, you know, kind of the standard stuff you get in a trial deck. And then the Stride decks itself, which, I mean, wouldn't be a Stride deck set without them. Really love this art, though. Pirate King Nightrose. Love this art overall. And I like the texture on this particular rarity. It's very like uniform. That's why I like it's like one uniform. So looks really cool. And again, I like the way the blue really stands out in this pattern. So the color blue is really nice for this. And oh wow, okay, that's nice. So now this is obviously a higher rarity, as you can see, compared to the others, but at the very least, these are also hollow in its own ways. So although the grade 3 Nightrose, they had like a common version for the other 3 additional copies, I like that they are, I think it's a nice touch that they made these all glittery. This one's really nice though, I really like this rarity. Because what I like too, at least for how rough and textured it is, you hear that? It feels very flat. Now this has been sitting out in the cold, as you see, there's really no curvature or curves on this card. So that's why I really love this type of texture for hollow cards. It makes it a lot more durable. And then you go to Obadiah, which would be usually the first stride that you go for it. So it's really cool. I actually really like this art a lot because like in Mario Party or Mario Kart, I really like King Boo. So, you know, he kind of reminds me of that, obviously. But yeah, cool art. I kind of like honestly wish not that there's anything wrong with Obadiah. It makes sense why it's him, you know, if you look back in Nightrose and G-Stride era, but I kind of just wished it was a different unit. And then of course you have the crest itself. This is like the most important card. So it's really good. So it's nothing too special here, nothing too fancy, just nice shiny, and your energy counter. So yeah, that's the deck here. It's good. It's perfectly viable to play right out the box. I think it's a very solid deck overall. And you know, this deck costed me about $62 and change. So very, very cost effective to have a deck that is fairly viable, ready to go with its own packs of sleeves. So when it comes to upgrading the deck, I have now, these aren't the exact ratios, but you know, you can easily add in your energy cyclers if you were fortunate enough to get these early enough. Brave shooters, if you're fortunate enough to have these early enough to use, I definitely plan on using these. Ghost Chase, the Blitz Order, the common, but you can choose one of your units and it gets +5 until the end of battle, so it's like a 5k shield. That's a Blitz Order, but you could choose one of your rear guards that's not being attacked and return it to your hand. So there are cards in this deck, as you, that you'll see here, that have on-play abilities, so it's really nice to be able to recycle those. Then you have Order Package that came from Festival Booster. Now I do not plan on playing, you know, all these. I actually got spares ahead of time for some friends. So I'm actually gonna put these aside for them. But yeah, usually I'll probably just play one of each. So if you play the grade 2, we can search the grade 2 order here. And just simply when your unit is attacked, you can choose one of your rear guards not being attacked, move it to the Guardian Circle, and when that unit that you choose to bring to the Guardian Circle will be retired, you bind it instead. So it's really good, like if you play an on-place unit that you basically, it's done its job, you don't have to worry about using it again. You can just use it as like an interceptor, like a grade 1 from the back row. So just another way to get some flexibility and utilization out of your rear guards. And then we have like the famous, you know, you have the Enlargal, which I know this card went up in price like crazy. I'm very fortunate that I have really good friends across the country, really, who was able to, you know, hook me up, not for free, but they were able to hook me up with these. So I do plan on playing these. And Alvina herself, I think Alvina is a fantastic card as a 4-of to play in this deck. Just fits really well with what you're trying to do overall with the deck. Again, it's a very expensive card, so this deck can be as expensive as you want it to be, but if you want this to stick, if you want to stick with this being a budget deck, you can maybe try to get some Ghost Chases in there, If you have the Brave Shooters, great. If not, then, you know, that's fine. Just use whatever you have in the deck set itself. But if you have to have, you know, these expensive cards lying around, or you have the means or ability to get them, I'd say go ahead.